What's going on, guys? We're back with another video. Today we're going to do a little update on the mini truck build. As you can see, we are in a new location compared to last time. This is actually the garage that I built the SEMA truck in. So kind of closer to home. It's going to make life a little easier. But let's go ahead. We'll give you guys a walkthrough of what's happened since the last video. So first thing you're going to notice is that obviously I've done a bit of body work since the last video. It's mainly just been the first layer of sanding. So we're just kind of taking things down right now. Obviously the body was pretty rough and it's taken a little bit of work here because we kind of have to take it down to bare metal due to the fact that they kind of wire wheeled through the layers of paint and made a shit show out of it. So it's coming down and it's getting there. Don't mind a little bit of surface rust. It was just kind of sitting outside for a couple days. But we got to do a couple more stages of sanding. So you can see all these wire wheel marks that they've left in all of it, and it's pretty brutal, to be honest. I've also patched both of the holes in the box that we had. It was pretty nasty and rusty in there, so I went ahead and cut it all out. You saw that in the last video, and then I just added some pieces of metal in there from another truck and patched it up. This took a little bit of effort because it was pretty thin metal. It was actually pretty annoying to do, but we got it there. So this is all patched up and just primed over the bare metal for now because this is all going to get rock guarded on the bottom. If we go inside here, this is how you open the door now. You got to grab the little lever and just push down. I did pull the panels off, these little door cards that they made. So obviously we're going to get rid of all this kind of curtain material that they put on the panels and just do like a nice black material. This is what they look like bare. I'm going to keep them because honestly I think it adds a little bit of character. I think they look kind of fun. So I don't have any problems with them. So I'm going to keep these. I just need to put new material on them. You'll see that I fixed this janky box mount that they cut off, so it's been welded back on and it's all ready to go. Yeah, so that's all we've really done in the last little bit here. I've really just been sanding and welding. It hasn't really been anything interesting for you guys to see, so we're gonna go ahead, get caught back up here and get back to sanding. I just got to pull this box back down and on for now, so it's kind of out of the way. We also picked up a little roll pan. So these actually come stock on these trucks, but when I flip this box back down, I'll show you guys that they actually cut it off in order to put that wacky tube bumper that they had on there. So let's go ahead, we'll lean this thing back down and then I'll show you guys. So we can have a better look at the box now. Obviously we're sanded on both sides. Here's one of our patches and the other. I also banged out, there was a bunch of dents in both of the wheel wells. I banged out as much as I could and kind of flattened them out. But here is our issue. So normally right here there is a stock roll pan that goes behind where the stock bumper mounts. Now these guys actually cut it out, so they cut at the bottom of this, and from this panel they cut it out all along the bottom of the bed here, and now we're kind of sitting without anything. So I went ahead and I picked one up, and it's not perfect by any means, but we're gonna make it work. So to start off, it's a little bit twisted on this corner. I'm gonna try to work that out. If I can't, I'm probably gonna need to get another one. I don't know if you can see the twist in it, but basically this side's sitting flat and this side's kind of jumping here. Gonna try to work that out. If not, I'm probably gonna need to find another one, which is no big deal. This thing was 50 bucks, it's whatever. But basically this sits like that along the back of this, and I'll fill those bumper holes, everything like that. And what I'm gonna do with this side is, since this corner right here is kind of messed up, I'm gonna cut it along this seam right where it's cut up to right here, and we'll replace this little corner piece. And then basically, if you look here, these bumper holes right here is where this lies. So the way that they've cut this is kind of going to be hard to figure out. So I don't know yet if I'm going to cut it on this bed seam here where this seam is, or if I'm going to cut it along the face here where they've cut it originally. It's definitely not a very straight cut, but we'll make something work here and we'll get it figured out. One thing I forgot to mention that is super exciting is I finally found a set of wheels So these are 15 by 10s, and they're gonna give me the stance look that I want. So obviously I'm gonna touch these up. I'll probably do them in matte black. I might do them in a gloss black, but I'm unsure because the wrap is going to be matte. But what I wanna do is I wanna go ahead and test fit these for you right now so you guys can take a look and see what the stance on this bad boy is gonna look like. Obviously, this is gonna give us a nice aggressive stance look. I feel like some mini truck guys like to tuck their wheels and all that. Obviously, that's not really my style. I also welded up these seams in the bed, so there were actually seams running down here. So I welded that up for a nice clean look in the back. But now that the box is taken care of, I'm gonna go ahead and start back up on sanding. So we're gonna work our way over the passenger side here and start to keep moving on this door. Show you guys some of the bodywork on this. So obviously, as you can see, we have so many layers of paint on this thing, and look at the texture here. It's garbage, like drips everywhere. It's like half of the paint's gone, half of it's there. This is actually the worst spot on the truck right here for rust. So we're gonna have to work that out as well. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and pull the back window really quickly just because we have to start getting all the windows out of the way so we can sand right into those crevices and prep for wrap and prime. So we're gonna go pull that out real quick. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead, roll these windows down and then pull all this trim off so we can get right in here, sand all this down, wrap it nice and easy. I'm not worried about this back side here, just the front side. I'm gonna take the bench out of here so it doesn't get covered in shit while the sanding starts to happen, and then just throw this fitted sheet over the dash and everything to kind of keep the dust off of it. Okay guys, so the wheels are gonna go off to sandblast and powder coat today, as well as this front piece right here, because these are all going matte black. So all we have to do real quick is just take off these valve stems, and we're gonna get new ones anyway. So all you do is really just take this, cut off the back. But yeah, we're taking these in to get done today. These are also gonna need a wash, so we'll stop at the car wash and just give them a spray down real quick. I don't want to drop anything off too dirty. Alright guys, wheels are dropped off. They should be another week or two before I get them back. They're getting powder coated and sandblasted, so they'll be cleaned right up. But while we wait for that, we'll be doing some more body work. So I'm starting to hit all the tight spots by hand. So obviously these were all black. Now the nice thing is, these pieces, these tight spots, didn't get wire wheeled, so you don't have to go all the way down to bare metal. The only reason I went down to bare metal on most of the panels is because of all this wire wheel garbage. Everything was really dug right through all those layers of paint. So this way I just get all that out of the way and I can clean this up properly without just filling a bunch of shit. But we're gonna start working all the tight spots now by hand and clean all these up so we can get ready to prime all the doors, and then find our highs and lows, sand it down a little bit. Now we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna cut up the box. So this is going to tie in right along this seam. So we're gonna cut along this seam and then cut the very bottom edge around here, and then we're gonna angle up into this line right here, cut along, and then cut down where I welded this seam and made my work harder. But we're gonna cut along, cut down here, and that'll be kind of our tie-in. So we'll tie in at the top of this ridge, it'll come down, and then it'll tie in all along here and along this edge. Okay, so we're just tacked on right now, lightly. So we just want to make sure that the tailgate is still going to close and everything's lined up right. So I'm going to go ahead and reinstall the tailgate hinges and the latches real quick. We're just going to test, make sure the tailgate's good, and then we can start welding this thing up. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Just practicing my boxing here. Okay, so test fit is good, tailgate closes up, everything's nice and even on both sides, so that's good. Okay guys, so it's been a couple days, we've been putting in some long hours doing all the body work and everything, but the roll pan is finally smooth. We've got one more sanding batch to do on the filler Bondo, but other than that, this thing is ready to go. So we've got it all sanded down, hood's good, we've got our Bondo spots where we had some dents here, but everything is sanded nice and smooth and ready to prime. All these edges are sanded nice and smooth, so when we wrap, it'll come around and have a nice surface to grab onto. We don't want to be wrapping on top of this black textured paint that they put on. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna finish up sanding the rest of this, get the Bondo spots sanded out and make sure everything's nice and smooth. Then we're gonna go ahead, tape everything off. So we're gonna have to tape off engine bay, the back door here. We're gonna have to tape off all the windows, all that sort of stuff. So we'll get this thing wrapped up and ready to prime, and then she's gonna be one color finally. Okay guys, so as you can see behind me here, the wheels are done. So when picked them up, they're all done in a nice matte black finish. Look at that. Way better. So we're just in West Kelowna right now. We're gonna drop these off with Logan. He's gonna get them mounted up for us. Probably not today, but another day, so we'll come back and get some clips of that. But yeah, we've got the tires loaded up in the back there. Wheels are with us, so we're gonna drop them off and get these babies mounted up. Okay guys, we're back at the shop. We've got some accent pieces laid out right now. This is just some of the small stuff, so I want to get all this sanded and coated before I lay the next batch of primer down on the body, because I don't want to kick up a bunch of dust afterwards. So we're gonna go ahead and get all these prepped. So we've got some side vents here. These are some vents under the front cowl there. Little logos, mirrors. These are the hood arms. This is the trim that goes around the windshield, same as all this little piece, and the arm as well. And then the wiper arms as well need to get done. So we're gonna go ahead, I'm just gonna go ahead, scuff all these up, and then prime them and paint them real quick. This is all gonna be matte black. That's the accent color. Still not gonna share with you the full body color, but that's the accent color, so you know that. The old man and I are taking turns swapping back and forth, doing a little bit of prime work. Okay, so we're almost done sanding our final coat of primer. So this is kind of a guide coat, and then you'll see in some highs and lows that you've got some of the old primer showing through. That just kind of shows you where you're low. So we're almost done. Still got to finish up the fender, and I've got my dad on the other side working on the other fender. And after that, this thing is going to be ready to seal. It's nice and smooth everywhere. Okay, so we've got the shop blown out. All of our prep work is done. We're ready to seal this up. Everything's nice and smooth. So we're gonna go ahead, prep the surface by degreasing and cleaning it. Use a little tack rag, get rid of any extra dust that's sitting on it right now. And then we're gonna get this sealed up, and then it will be ready for wrap. Okay guys, so the body is finally finished on the truck. Everything is primed. We are nice and smooth. All of the masking is off and the body is finished. So obviously we did the edges of the engine bay here. Obviously I'm not going to get in there and spray all that. That's a lot of time for a build like this. But this just cleaned up really nice. Even when you open the hood, the bottom of the hood is going to be black as well. So you'll see this nice outside trim. There's a nice line along the back. Everything looks really clean. This came out so nice. This is the first time I've ever taken on bodywork, so I'm super happy with how it came out. I'm not a pro by any means, and there was a lot of learning curves in doing this whole thing. But I learned a lot, and it taught me a lot of good lessons, and I'm really happy that I took it on. Just came out so clean. I couldn't be happier with it, you know. For a first time, I'd say we did pretty good. I don't know. You tell me. So that's going to wrap this video up, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. There's a lot more fun to come now that we've got the tough stuff out of the way. So next up, obviously, we need to do the bed liner and then wrap the body and I've got a little secret color in store for you guys. So hope you enjoyed the video. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.